Hello everyone, welcome to NASCAR Heat 3. We're here at ISM Raceway for the Ticket Guardian 500 to continue our championship series. And I apologize for not having a NASCAR Heat 3 video in such a long time. I actually attempted to do this Phoenix race, and in that video I bumped the AI difficulty up to 105, and I was getting really frustrated, and the video was horrible. So scratched it. We were able to go back here to Phoenix, and I bumped the AI back down to 104, and we should be good to go. But yes, here we are at Phoenix, the newly reconfigured Phoenix International Raceway, or as it's now called, the ISM Raceway. And I decided to put on the Smithfield Prime car because 704 hasn't really released any other good Almirola car. So we'll run with Smithfield Prime this weekend, and let's get started. I'm gonna go practice, and then let's get out and qualify. Alright, welcome to qualifying at ISM Raceway. I decided to select preset 5, I believe, the middle setup, which is pretty much balanced. Only because the tighter presets, they feel okay, but they're just a little too tight, and then if we loosen this thing up a little too much, we'll be sliding, entering the corners, and we kind of already are doing that with the preset 5. But nonetheless, we're at preset 5. We got one lap here at Phoenix. Obviously, the start and finish line now comes out of the old turns 1 and 2, and this is the old 3 and 4, and so after the reconfiguration, we just flip-flop the corners. So we're currently going through 1 and 2, exiting 2, down the now back straightaway. There's a horrible entry into 1 and 2, but let's see if we can pick up some ground through 3 and 4, kind of use the apron. I'd say that wasn't my best lap. That could have been way better. So we dive down. I mean, 16th. Yeah, good enough. Horrible lap, but we'll move on, pick up places in the race. Alright, it's the Ticket Guardian 500 ISM Raceway. Matt Benedetto gave up qualifying positions for new tires. Looks like he'll start in the back. Excuse me, and that's all we got. I don't even know who's starting pole, but who cares? Our goal is to work our way up to the front, starting here in P16. Green flag is out. We're underway in stage 1. Ooh, missed a shift there. The rev limiter a bit. Good though. You have to apologize if I'm sniffling a lot. You know, it's just starting to get cold outside and haven't been feeling that great. So I apologize in advance if it gets a little too obnoxious. There's lap 1, and we worked our way to the bottom. The bottom. Whoa! I need some water or something here. Not prepared to start talking all of a sudden. We get underneath Aric Jones as we can get down the back stretch, maybe. Yeah. All right. We'll get to his quarter panel and enter the new 3 and 4. So I do want to point out, obviously, if you follow NASCAR a bunch, most of everyone knows that the Phoenix Spring Race was not in this new configuration. In fact, over the summer is when Phoenix decided to reconfigure the track. I mean, they've already been in the process of building the grandstands over here, or the new grandstands, but the start and finish line was still where it was at, where it originally stood. So technically, for the game purposes and for this championship mode, no, this spring race did not take place at the new configuration. But obviously, since 704 added the new track, they're not going to add both variants of the track. Now, that would have been cool if they added both variants of the track, but they didn't. So we're stuck with the new one, which again is perfectly fine. And we just deal with it. It's really not that big of a deal, but it is cool to see 704 is on top of updating tracks. I know there's a bunch of tracks that they've gotten rid of grandstands or they've made changes, so 704 has done an excellent job at updating that in their game. So I just wanted to make that side note as Stenhouse passes us. Another thing about Phoenix, and obviously the Cup Series and I think the Xfinity Series and trucks maybe, they're going to Phoenix this week if I upload this video before the Phoenix weekend starts. Obviously, when the start and finish line was back at the front straight, people could cut the dog leg back here. That's what they called this little kink up here, the dog leg. And a lot of people would cut that intersection over there. Now, most of the time people just cut that apron like I did just now because it's not too bumpy and rough. If you cut the entire dog leg, it's kind of rough. It's a lot of compression to the driver's back, and it hurts. It's rough. It's a rough transition. But drivers used to be able to do that. Well, with the start and finish line where it's at and where pit exit is, I'm interested to see what NASCAR does about this dog leg. I don't know how lenient they're going to be with drivers cutting it, or whether or not we're going to get like a Talladega or Daytona type of violation or rule where if you do pass the yellow line or go under it, you could potentially get a penalty. Not necessarily a penalty because you passed someone, but a penalty because you shouldn't be utilizing that area of the track. So, just wanted to get those out of the way because I was not a big fan of the Phoenix reconfiguration, and I'm still not, but I can't make that assumption until we've seen a race at this track. So, I thought I'd just put that out there as we start our Phoenix race. We're so far halfway through stage 1, and I haven't really picked up positions. That might be because, well, I can't say I'm not trying to make up ground, because I am trying to make up ground. I'm actually running some pretty good lap times, obviously faster than qualifying, and I'm having a hard time catching the field, so it looks like we're not going to have that great of a Smithfield Prime car. Get a little sponsorship. Just remember, it's 20% more tender than other leading brands. I always love that car. I also love the piece of pork, I think, is on the side of it or something. I don't know what it is, but it's a cool car. I like it. Almirola has had some pretty interesting cars. I think there's Smithfield Spirals was his latest one that he ran at Texas, which was like an all-red car. That was really cool. I think he ran some like purple and yellow car. I think it's Smithfield Anytime. That was an interesting car, but I thought that looked cool. Those are just some of the Almirola paint schemes that I'm waiting for 704 to add into NASCAR Heat 3, and I'm hoping that they do add all of them. I'm even looking out for his updated Smithfield car, because the Smithfield car that's currently in the game is not updated. The Smithfield car has gone through many variations. I like to call the one that we have currently in the game is his Daytona variant. And the newer one I like to call his Pocono variant, because the first Pocono race of the year, I believe it was, it went through a remake. So I'm looking for version 2. Hopefully that they'll make that. I'm running my mouth a bunch. Doesn't look like we're going to pick up that much ground, so we'll see if we pass Johnson and Chase Elliott, and let's get to the end of stage 1. Ooh, Jimmy Johnson got underneath Chase Elliott. Looks like we're going to kind of catch up a little bit. Get the draft on one of these 100 drivers. They kind of lean on the brakes early. We're going to go ahead and dive it down. Car is turning amazingly well entering. It's really slow off exit. Go ahead and use the apron here. As we pass Chase Elliott, will we be able to do it? Looks like we will. We're going to get into the quarter panel of Johnson there. As we slide up into turn 2. Whoa, we're going to lose that spot, aren't we? Oh, man, all that ground we picked up. And that went to nothing. Well, no luck for us as we finish stage 1 outside the top 10. Which means no points, but not that great of a car. No one else is pitting? We got a few of the guys in the back pitting, so we'll decide to stay out. Looks like our teammate Kevin Harvick will win stage 1. Alright, go green, stage 2. Green flag's out. Field is bunched up again, so maybe we can pick up positions. I'm having a Jeff Gordon restart day. Or more like an Almirola restart day, because he also isn't that great on restarts. Completely missed third gear there. Didn't lose too much ground, but ran the David Reagan, I think, so sorry about that, Reagan. Actually, I don't know, that was the 38. That could have been Gill, and I'm not too sure. No, maybe it was Reagan. I don't know. I could discuss that all day, but we have fewer laps in stage 2 to make up ground. That was a bold move I made under Byron. The car does not want to turn the bottom. Get around Johnson here. And this is our opportunity to pass people. It's just, oh, the car is so loose entering. It's loose entering, but I have no momentum whatsoever exiting the corners, and that's what's really killing my race. Oh, it's super loose. Man, drove it all the way to the infield there. Johnson's gonna get to the quarter panel of us. Yeah, it looks like this is as far. I mean, it doesn't seem like we can lose any ground, or can we gain any ground at the moment. We're just kind of stuck in a bubble here, just running our own race. Midfield, which is not really good for our standards. Oh man, dove it underneath the Stenhouse. Just got really loose, but he's gonna get a better run than us. So for whatever reason, it's taken me almost half this race to figure this out, but in this game they progressively bank this track in both turns 1 and 2. Sorry, Menard. Oh, that's a wall. Thanks. So in both corners of the track, it is progressively banked. This bottom lane is not banked as much as the higher grooves, and you can really tell when you switch to third person, even the dog leg here. So your car just kind of flattens out there. I mean, I'm not even at the apron and it's flattening out. Like right there, you can see if I move up a groove. It's kind of hard to tell there. I mean, you can feel it in the controller because the car gets so upset when you go to a different angle of bankment on the track surface. And you can kind of hear it there too. Wheels kind of squeal. Right there, you see this car jumps out. So I think that's why I'm not getting that great of a run coming off of turn 4. I think in 1 and 2 I'm okay, but 3 and 4 is horrible. And then if I drive it horrible, then yeah, I can't get a run at all. Oh, I'm trying everything I can do to pass Stenhouse. Kurt Busch, our teammate, also doesn't seem to be having a great day. He's also running back here with around the top 15, top 20 with us. Stenhouse is going to get a run off of 2. We're trying to beam into the corners. We get loose. Looks like we'll clear him. Now we're just going to defend him. I mean, there's no point in defending him because we're still not in contention for stage points. I don't know. I wonder if Chase Elliott up there is. We were kind of going to clear Kurt, but ran into him. We'll let him go. Sorry, Kurt. Tires are wearing out too. We're right at the end of a tire and fuel run. Yeah, tires are kind of shot as well, so that might explain it. We got one more lap to go in the stage. Let's see, Menard's 14th. That's Eric Jones. Yeah, so Chase isn't even up there for stage finish. So it's probably a couple cars ahead. Oh, Stenhouse. Oh, I cut him off because I didn't care. He's going to spin out. Caution's going to come out. 15th in the stage again. No points awarded. Alright, so everyone else is pitting. We might as well pit. I think if we pit this one time, we'll make it to the end. So 4 fresh tires, Sunoco fuel. Don't really need to repair it, but I guess we could. There's some visual damage. Something's making this thing loose entering. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, sadly, I'm just going to keep the car the way it is, but yeah, not happy with it. We're starting P15 here to start the final stage of the race, stage 3, green flags out, and I'm still choking on the restarts, but it wasn't as bad as the last 2. Get up through the gears. I think the short gear ratio is just catching me out today. I don't know what it is. 4 fresh tires once again. Denny Hamlin way up the track. Oh boy, that was a close encounter. So let's see how much of the new tires we can utilize to get up to the front. Oh, sorry, Kurt. Running into him again. Use the apron. That's loose. Super sideways. Oh, I missed the entry big time. That caught me off guard. I don't know what it is. I cannot pick up positions. I can't drive the car. We'll get underneath Stenhouse. And I can't put the power down off of exit. Oh, is Austin Dillon's right there. I'm sorry, Chase, but you got Mr. No Talent who wrecks people for wins passing us, and I just screwed up big time. Yikes. This is not that great of a race. I mean, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I had attempted this race and I was at 105 difficulty, so you can tell that, you know, if I did this at 105, I would have been way back there. And even changing it to 104 doesn't really matter. AI are still incredibly tough at this place. I'm not sure what it is. I can't seem to figure it out. Just the AI are figuring out the track way better than I am. Alright, well, we got 30 laps to go. It was perfect timing to say something. I just been following Chase Elliott there for a handful of laps. This is a pretty boring race, and from my point of view, this race really sucks. I just cannot figure out what to do. I don't know if it's the setup. I mean, we're getting incredibly loose entering, and I cannot translate any of that loose entering to speed exiting. I just cannot make up ground whatsoever. I am trying my hardest, and if I push it anymore, I'm just gonna get tight, or I'm gonna get too loose, or I'm gonna, you know, lose speed, or lose even more speed or more ground, and I cannot figure this out whatsoever. I'm pretty much running everywhere in the track just to find some sort of advantage, but nothing is happening right now, and it looks like we're gonna have quite possibly one of the worst races we'll have all season. I can't imagine any other track being maybe more worse other than, I don't know, like the Charlotte Roval or something like that, but this is horrible. And I mean, we're catching Chase Elliott now, but in my head it's just gonna get worse over time. As you see, the same amount of laps to go we have, which is 27 to go, we also have that much fuel left. So I'm curious as to if the AI will maybe pit before the race ends, thinking that they won't have enough gas to make it. And then maybe we can, because we clearly have enough gas to make it. Like, we'll be crossing the start and finish line as we run out of gas maybe, or, you know, we'll be like a quarter of a lap to the good. As you see, right, maybe less than, yeah, about a quarter of a lap, as it changes right there, 26 laps left of gas. So maybe we can bet on the AI pitting before the end of the race just because they're running out of fuel. We'll have to wait and see. Amanda Benedetto is getting a little bit close to my comfort there, but we're catching Chase Elliott. I don't know what I'm doing differently. I think I'm just a little bit smoother. I know in turns 3 and 4 I was kind of going down the apron. I don't think the apron works in 1 and 2. Oh, it kind of does. It's not that bad. But we lost a lot of ground to Benedetto. Oh, he just keeps dive bombing it too. Yeah, I'm doing this little like arc thing in 3 and 4 there. Which I'm also cutting the dog leg. That probably helps too. Saves a little bit of time. Let's just see if we can get around Chase. Hello, buddy. How's it going? Oh, sorry. I'm probably moving you up the track. I know we did make contact. Looks like he's also not on the pace too. Eric Jones is way up there, and I'll get around him. Oh, the man does go around him. I don't know how they get such a huge run like that. That's impossible. Oh, man. Come on, Benedetto. Cut me a break here. Cut me a break. We're going to be battling side by side. Let's try to power around him. Come on, power around him, power around him. Let's go. There we go. He's probably going to dive it into 3, so we'll also dive it in. Cut his line off. I really don't want to be racing anyone right now. I am trying to pull away from Benedetto, but I think he's got the draft on me. I'm also screwing up royally. I'm on the higher groove there, and 1 and 2, as it actually just made me tighter. Oh, caution comes out. This changes everything. I wonder what the caution is for. No one's pitting, and Danica's 1 laps down. Yeah, we won't pit either. Oh, this is opportunity time. Oh, that's who is blowing up. Their engine, this is the Daytona issue we had. Someone's engine is down and they're not off the racing surface. Green flag's out, they just slowed up. That's Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski has an issue. He just slowed up the entire field and we just got away from that. Thank you, 704, for making a crappy NASCAR game. We will take advantage of that. We move up to 7th. Oh, the luck came in our hand. Let's hold this position as long as we can, because we don't have that great of a car to be finishing in the top 10. So, oh, Stenhouse is going to get a huge run. Maybe I'll let him go. I'll let him go just because I don't think I have a chance at holding him off. So, but maybe we'll continue racing with him. Wow, I cannot believe that caution came out. That's something. It's also something to note that Brad Keselowski was never taken off the racing surface, which that's happened twice so far in this championship series, and we're only at race number 4 this season out of 36 some races, so that's pretty shocking. Oh gosh, I am definitely not fast. We have both the RCR guys catching up to me. Yeah, we're just tires are wearing out. Car's just getting all kinds of out of shape. Again, I'm not going to put up that big of a fight just because we don't have that great of a car. And I don't want to screw myself over more because we got lucky. We have a chance of getting a top 10 if I don't let those guys catch us. Who are they? It's Paul Menard, Larson, a few others in that pack. So we have a chance here to finish 10th. And it wouldn't be a disappointment if we didn't finish 10th. Or if we finished outside the top 10, because we haven't been strong this entire race, so I would not consider myself a top 10 car. It would suck if we finished, I don't know, maybe 17th on back, anywhere in there. That would be a disappointing day, but as long as we can hold this position, we should be good. We should be able to make up those points that we never really got in stage 1 and 2. Oh gosh, I spoke a lap too soon because Kyle Larson is right there. I mean, he came out of nowhere. Oh, and he's going to dive it in. I don't know how he has that much grip and speed, but give it to the 42. He's gone on away. Oh great, we got MTJ here passing us. 2017 Monster Energy Cup Series champion, and he's gonna get around us easily. Again, I'm not really putting up that big of a fight just because there's no point ruining their momentums when I don't even have that great of a car. If I felt a little bit more confident, I would totally push harder, but I think Truex can pick up more positions than we can. He's gonna try to pass Ryan Newman, which I hope he does. We are nearing the end of this race. How are they getting such a big run? That's so not right. I mean, tires are dead. Paul Menard just literally came like a rocket ship past me. Yeah. We're coming down to 4 to go. That was a little ridiculous. Yeah. I'm not really... Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand they're getting that big of a run off of 3 and 4. It just doesn't make any sense. Physics aren't making any sense. I'm just so tired of these games. They're just so awful. But Wait, is that Ryan Blaney behind us? Yeah, it's the other Roush guy. We could lock in a 13th, but I am obviously speaking way too soon because Ryan Blaney is right there. As everyone else crosses for 2 to go. And now we'll cross for 2 to go. Can we hold off Ryan Blaney, or can I just make more mistakes like that? Slide up the racetrack. Yeah, and then you would think, because the higher groove is banked more than the bottom groove, that you get a good run off of 2, but I've been like heading into the wall almost every single lap, so that doesn't help. Coming up to the white flag, Ryan Blaney is there. I'm gonna get on the apron and say screw you for one final time. Oh, as we get loose, because that's what the car's been like all race long. Loose entering, plowing on exit. Can we defend Ryan Blaney? So the 2 Fords go at it. He's gonna look. I'm gonna take that line away. Leave him the long way around the track. It's gonna be us for 13th. That's as good as we could do, to be honest with you guys. That was not our race whatsoever. Alright, so after the Ticket Guardian 500 at ISM Raceway, I believe, is this the regular season? I think it's the regular season standings, but yeah, it is, because Chase Elliott 7th with a win. We are 10th in the standings. We're actually tied with Ryan Blaney and just a point shy of Kyle Larson, so that's not too bad considering how horrible of a race that was for us. It will be Kyle Larson with 26.7 second lap time who will be the quickest. Kevin Harvick led the most of 76 laps. Actually don't even know who won the race. Oh, we do have results. Amanda Benedetto on the move, started 40th, finished 16th. He had a really fast car there. And Ty Dillon, a tough break, started 18th, finished 39th. It's actually pretty surprising. Yeah, let's look back at the results. It's not... Okay, it's going to scroll through. I'm actually... Okay, Kozlowski finished 24th, I think that was. That was a little unrealistic. Yeah, Kevin Harvick won. He might have gotten both stages as well, so a track that Kevin Harvick always dominates at. He will do well. A lot of guys a lap down. I just wanted to see where William Byron finished 3rd. That's a good day for him. Where was... Yeah, Brad Kozlowski 24th. I mean, it seemed like he had an engine issue. And then it's like his engine issue got resolved. I'm not 100% sure what that one's all about. Alright, so the playoff standings after the ISM race. After Kevin Harvick won, he will go to the top of the leaderboard because he has gotten the most points out of everyone else with a win. And he's also had 8 playoff points from, well, obviously his win and I think the 2 stages. Why is 8? He must have got a stage win in some other track, but obviously I can't do the math. Well, you can get a total of 6 playoff points, I think, in a race. 5 for winning the race, 1 for each stage. So I think he got 6 total after Phoenix, and I think he won 2 previous stages and 2 other tracks. So he's tied with the most playoff points with Brad Kozlowski. And because of that, we are seated in 11th. Again, we're still around Kyle Larson there, Ryan Blaney. Still a very close points battle. But that will be at, as you see, needs points. Austin Dillon's only 7 points below. Jimmy Johnson is tied with Ryan Newman, 19's below the cutoff. Stenhouse 30, Ross Chastain 31. So those guys, it's, again, still very early in the season. But we'll see who else will possibly join us. And even we're not secure in. We may just potentially need a win in order to lock ourselves in because we may have some bad races in the future. So that is that. Again, just a reminder, we are 11th in the playoff standings. So that'll be it from me after Phoenix. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in next time as we go to Auto Club Speedway for the Auto Club 400 in California.